is and it will continue to be a day of celebration for all those who love the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So we were all eager and anxious for that day. But I have to move back a little bit because the attack on the Islamic movement did not start on that particular day. A week before then, uh, the military attacked a village in Zaria called Gabari, where a teenager called Hussein was murdered in cold blood. We were not there, we didn't know what happened until later. When we went, that was on Tuesday, we went for the majlis. There are some sisters, selected sisters, that normally stay with the sheikh for a few hours to discuss topics, different topics on different days. It is normally called the majlis. So on that particular day, that is a week before the Zaria massacre, the body of the said Hussein was brought to the Husseiniya Baqiyatullah, and his funeral was held there. A week later, that should be on the 11th of December, the military again attacked the same village, Gabari, for no reason at all. I was praying at home, and one of my sons, my first child, came to me and he told me about the issue, because I didn't even know it was happening until he came to me. And when he told me, he said, you know, whenever they are attacking Zaria and around, their aim is the sheikh himself. So he said, if anything happens to the sheikh, he won't be able to forgive himself. So he is going there, and I told him to take his brothers. And I think from my home that day, 7 of them went to Zaria. So the next day, which was the 12th, and it was supposed to be the flag raising ceremony, as I said, everybody was going to the Husseiniya for the event. So whoever was in Zaria, and especially in Husseiniya on that particular day, was not there as said by a lot of people that we were protesting. It was not true. There was no protest whatsoever. There was just a program of raising or changing the flag from black to green. It was supposed to be a very, 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 very beautiful, happy event that was destroyed by the military. When they came, nobody knew that they were going to do that in broad daylight. They were wearing the uniform of the state, and they were attacking innocent civilians. There were women, there were children, there were even people that are incapacitated. You know, when there is an event like that, we don't choose who to go and who not to go. Everybody is eager. We all go there. Pregnant women, small children, you see crippled people and even blind people there. But they wore the state uniform, they came there and they immediately started shooting people. Who would have thought? Who would have known? Who would have, you know, it is beyond comprehension that somebody that is being financed by these civilians, we pay our own taxes. Why? So that they may be able to survive, they may eat and be strong so that they will serve the country. What is their duty as the military, as the soldiers of the country? To defend the country. They were supposed to defend us. Their job was to be there for us when we need them. They were supposed to attack those who are attacking the citizens of this country. But they were there to kill us. They started shooting indiscriminately. The video they showed just now, unfortunately, it was not subtitled. It is a brief history of how the movement has been attacked continuously from its onset. Every president that comes into power, either way, whether voted in as dramatically called democracy or comes into ruku as a military dictatorship, they all do the same thing. Why do they think that we are a threat to them? Why? Why? We don't have any kind of weapons. We are all women with children. What do? We go there to sit down and hear the way that we may be able to change our lives. The Islamic movement is a life-changing event. Everything the Sheikh does, everything he teaches, and everything those who have learned from him are teaching others all the time is how to change yourself into a beautiful creature. Who are we? Most of the time they call us Shias. Yeah, fine. But are we just Shias? No. We are Muslims. And every Muslim is part of the Islamic movement. And what is more, there are Christians also. Are they Shias? Is there a Shia community of Christians? No. What is the Islamic movement? We are a body of people who are there to fight with words against tyranny, against oppression, against thievery. Those who are in power in this country are thieves. They steal our resources. And we tell people we don't fight, we don't shoot anybody, we don't cut anybody's throat. We talk, like I'm doing right now. We tell people what they are doing. What we want is to raise the consciousness of the people that they may know that the kind of life they are living is not the kind of life they are supposed to live. Nigeria is rich. We have it all. Why is it that only a few people, less than 1%, are enjoying life while all the rest are in poverty? Everybody is poverty-stricken. Everybody is hungry. Everybody dies of hunger, sickness. Go to our hospitals. Do I need to explain the situation in our hospitals? Do we not all know? You go to the hospital today, they call it general hospital. You have to buy seeing the doctor. You have to buy your card. You have to buy the drug that he writes for you. Even if you are admitted on the hospital bed, you have to pay for the bed. Am I lying? Is this how it's supposed to be? The countries that are less privileged than Nigeria have constant lights. What do we have? We are always without lights. You pay. They will ask you, they will bring their bills. Today, do they even bring their bills? No, they put this meter on your house. You buy this, whatever they call it, prepared whatever, and then within the first week, it is gone. Try changing the line and see what will happen to you. This is what we tell people. We tell them we are human beings, we have rights. And these rights belong to us from God. He gave it to us. Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salatu wasalam has said that everybody's right is in his own hands. It is only taken by others when you permit them to take it. So what we are doing is telling them that we are not giving them the permission to take it from us. There was never, and there will never be a time that will attack anybody. It's not what we do, and we'll never do that. But are we going to keep quiet? No. They shot us, so what? They shot others before us. They might have think or thought that the end of struggle has come in Karbala 1,400 and something years ago. But we are still here and we continue to be here. So what happened in Zaria? In broad daylight, the military wearing the state uniform came, and do you know what happened? Everybody in the Husseiniya was a sinner. He was a criminal. Everybody deserves to be killed, shot mercilessly. And what is worse, they will kill you and then drag your corpse and take you away. Who would have known that even the building was a criminal? You know, that huge building, who told it to be there? That is an offense. It was destroyed. No, even the rebels were at fault. You know, they destroyed it and they packed away the rebels. What kind of sense is this? How do you justify this? What explanation will you give to someone who has common sense that the people, they just decided to block the road? Did the building block the road? As the prof said, there was no woman on the road. There is this surprising issue. Have you ever seen the military becoming a camera? They were there with a camera. There was somebody with a camera taking pictures of what is going to happen. Before they came, they sent their stooges with some kind of knives and so on, so that they can capture that on the camera. And they did. When they did that, they showed it as, according to them, the IMN attacking the chief Brute or whatever. Brute was never in Zaria on that day. He was not there. He didn't go there. How come we were trying to kill him? Even if he was there, how in God's name did we know he was coming to Zaria? And for what? But you know, I'm a writer. And I know how dramas and films are written. You know, first you create a problem. When you want to write a story, the first thing you do is you create a problem. So the inside of the story is trying to resolve the problem that you have created. So they could not start any kind of the drama that they wanted to set on the stage. So they started by creating a problem. What is the problem? With a camera, they are shooting their stooges with knives and cutlasses. They were shouting, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I don't know when Allahu Akbar has become something that holds knives or cutlasses. Yes, we shout Allahu Akbar. Allah is great. But in which book was it stated that when you shout Allahu Akbar, you should hold a knife? You can't convince anybody that we did that as part of our religious duty. For the past 43 years, we have never and will never, forever, be known for that. We love people. We seek them. We do not discriminate. We know that even if you are not a Muslim like us, you are a brother in creation. You look like me, I look like you. So why should I come against you? They came and they shot us. But that is not the worst thing. They did all that in the Husseiniya. Okay, claiming that it is because we blocked the road. So why did they go to Gerlesu? I was in Gerlesu for the whole day. We didn't even know that the military would have the guts to come there, because nothing was happening there. We were just sitting there, and then suddenly, at almost 10 at night, there was this bomb, an explosion. And then we asked, we all rushed out asking, what is wrong, what is wrong? And then there were corpses coming in. What happened? No, the military came, and the first thing they did, there were some brothers. You know, on that day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was so merciful that the city was so cold that, can I get some water, please? It was so cold that when you are shot, the blood will thicken immediately. Except for that, I would have been dead already because I had 22 holes on my back. Sorry, I had a problem. There were girls and boys, because of the cold, they were in a shop, and this man was selling tea, meshai. So everybody was rushing to get this tea so that he could be warm. You know, when we went to Zaria, nobody thought he was going to spend the night there, because we were just going there for a program. After it, everybody was supposed to go back home. So nobody was ready for a cold night. Nobody was ready for that. So it was so cold that you needed something to warm you up. Some people that had relatives were going to those houses so that they can borrow some kind of warm clothes to wear. And the others that do not know anywhere or anyone to borrow from, they went for this tea shop. You know what the military did? They threw a bomb into the shop. The Meshai and everything around him perished. That was the first thing they did in Geles. Terribly unfortunate. There were kids. There were all kinds of people. They threw a bomb there. And when we came out already, we were asked to go and start picking pieces of our brothers and sisters' fleshes. They did that to us. And then when you go forward to pick these corpses, do you know what they do? They snipe you. I didn't know. I was walking straight forward. We were going there to pick the corpses. And then I saw this torchlight. And then somebody was saying to me, bend down, bend down. I said, why? They said, when you see that light, they are pointing to somebody. They are going to snipe him. They will shoot you dead. They have been doing that to people all along. But then, the title of today's program, An Ardent Resistance of Our Fallen Heroes. There, I saw what resistance meant. There were kids. You know, I'm old, so they are kids to me. There were kids of the teens and 20s. They were so bold and strong. They had nothing in their hands, but they will hold their hands like this, walking and shouting takbir. One line, and then before they reach there, the others are following behind. In front of them, they will see the first ones on the line will be cleared out, and then they will cross them and continue to walk. Those were our heroes. Those were the people that stood against these beasts that had no hearts within their chests. Many of them are university students and secondary school students. You know what they were saying? That the Sheikh Ibrahim al-Zakzaki is gathering villagers, ignorant fools that don't even know what is in their mind, that they have rights to life, so they are sacrificing themselves for nothing. Is that true? You can all hear me here. Can you understand what I'm saying if you are a fool and you have not gone to school? But that is what they are saying, which is not true. We knew what we were doing. We went there open-minded. We are not ignorant. We are much better than those fools who cannot even speak well. All those people that were giving guns to come and shoot at us, they are useless people. You know, when finally we were able to come out, they were asking us, which church do we belong to? They didn't even know the difference between a church and a mosque. But they are shooting villagers, you know, ignorant fools. But I can tell that I go to mosque and not a church. I'm not discriminating though, but I know the difference. I'm a Muslim first before anything else. And to me, every Muslim is a brother, both in creation and in faith. What about the Christians? They are my brothers as well. I don't discriminate against anybody. But that is what they said. But till date, they are still in denial. Ask them, their leaders. Ask them, those who shot. Ask those who are pro them, those who support them. Ask them what happened in Zaria. They are still in denial. Those that gave the orders, at first, they were bold. You know, Buhari went to Qatar and he was shouting that, yeah, he got rid of all those nuisance. That's what he said. But later on, he said, no, you know, the federal government has nothing to do with this. Is he not in denial? He said it is between the Shias and the Kaduna state government. Then why did you go somewhere else and said you were responsible? If it is something that has nothing to do with you, why did you proudly say that there was this girl that was touching the chest of a military man? So what? Is she touching the chest of an angel? Something that is beyond being touched? Stand in front of me. By Allah, I will touch your chest. You are a human being like me. What is the difference? You are wearing uniform. I can wear it too. So what? By the time my child is old enough to wear that uniform and become something, you would have become rotten. You would have been, even if you are alive, you would have been fighting for your last retirement payment. We pity you people. We are fighting for you. Many of your leaders are out there dying of hunger. Your retirement payments are not being paid. We stand for you. We are risking our own lives and the lives of our children that you may receive your own rights. When have you ever had that those who in uniform are going on strike? But in Nigeria, even the police go for strikes. Why? Because they are not being paid. We are fighting for you. I'm right here today. I cannot stand on my feet because of you. We know our rights. By Allah, we will fight for our rights, no matter what you do. And we are also fighting for your own rights. Why else do you think we are the only people that are being targeted? Because they know. By Allah, they know. Even the youngest among us will not tolerate this nonsense. Fight. We call not just for the Islamic movement members. We are calling to the whole nation. Fight for your rights. Do not succumb to any kind of pressure. I have said it before the Zaria Massacre. In many speeches, I have said to you that if you do not do anything about what is happening in this country, it shall come into your own homes and you will not be able to do anything. I didn't lie. My sheikh said the same thing. Today, are the Shias the only people that are being killed? You are not safe in your homes. You are not safe in your apartments. You are not safe in the market. You are not safe in the hospital. You are not safe on the road. You are not safe on the flights. Where else can you go? Where? Okay, sit tight. You don't want to die? It follows you to your bed. You either died willingly or you die unwillingly. I would rather die knowing why I died. Alhamdulillah, I have no regrets whatsoever. I gave 5 souls. My first child is still carrying a bullet in his chest, and I am sick through this. But by Allah, I will go for it again, and again, and again, and again, until you are no more.
This meeting is or gathering is a remembrance, a commemoration, annual commemoration of exactly what happened 2015 in Zaria. And it has been, as usual, every year we do that. This is the 8th one since this thing happened to 2015.
Okay. What is the purpose for the theme you chose for this year, this site of memory?
Well, the theme actually is to re-energize our members because the military killed in order to put fear into the members of the Islamic movement. The intention that day was to eradicate, to make sure that all members died because they wanted to silence the movement. And so our intention here for this year's program is to revive the feelings of our brothers and sisters as to the aim and objectives of this Islamic movement. And this is exactly what we have done, and according to this, our programs, the activities arranged for this one will fall within this objective.
Okay. What are your specific demands from the government?
Well, to the government, I think we don't have direct, we just have message for them. But there is no demand. What we are demanding is just right, justice for those that were, whose rights were violated, men, women, and children. But specifically, we are now talking about the rights of women and children. Many other people were involved, particularly the men, civilian people that were involved in the activities on that day. Some of them were killed, some of them were maimed, some of them were, who their rights were violated in different ways. So particularly we are now talking this year now about the rights of women and children, because they happen to be the weakest set of people in the society and whose rights were highly violated on that day, more than any other person.
Okay. So the 15 years, and I think the
Protest is human's right. It's a fundamental human right, peaceful protest. And this is a right that one cannot take, whether government or individual cannot take it from India, from citizens. And what we did on that day and up to today, it has been peaceful protest. Anywhere you see crisis or unpeacefulness in our protest or any other gathering like this is because of the presence of the insecurity. And whenever they come, they make the place insecure. So, but the movement and its activities has never been, sort of a source of insecurity to the nation or to anybody. Okay, so but to their own understanding too, because they want to stop us, they will tell you, they will say that it is, it's a form of insecurity. But if what we are doing, has any form of insecurity, then it is their own responsibility to come and they make the place secure. But whenever they come, they make the place insecure. But a gathering of any kind, whether it is protest or gathering like this, has never been classified as insecurity anyway.
Purpose of record, your name.
Hmm? Okay, my name is Isa Hassan Inwam Shelgaru.
Your position.
I'm just a member of the Islamic movement.